Hello everyone, Ellen Woodbridge here, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia. Thank you so much for joining me. I am a little later. I am live a little later than normal because I had my dishwasher installed today. And I wasn't sure I was going to be live at all because they give you a couple of hours window, and they came while I wasn't even here and earlier than what I expected. So yay for it being here, and it's gone through its first cycle, and now I've got to pack it and see if this dishwasher washes my dishes, because the last one was dying and not washing my dishes very well. But that's a boring household stuff, but it is exciting news for me, but not for you maybe. Today I am going to play with the Kintsugi paper, which is brand new in the annual catalogue. So I think I'm going to make this at my team meeting this weekend. So if you are in my team, please stop watching this video now, because we will be making this weekend. So fair warning to anyone. But yeah, hey Margine, yeah, I thought I would have a play with this paper. I haven't cut into it yet. I'll show you all the patterns, and I kind of have an idea in my head. So I will see if I can make that idea work in real life. So I need to know who already has this paper, because I'm just going to get right to it today because I'm on a little bit later, and get right into the card. But first, I need to check. I know Margine's commented, but I need to check I can get everything up on my second computer, which I can, which is awesome. So let's flip around. I'll show you all the paper and pick out the ones I think I'm going to use, and we shall go from there. Okay. Sorry. There we go. Perfect. Perfect part one anyway. Okay, so just need to zoom in here a little bit. Just going to go over this way. Hello Ida, how are you? Seems like such a long time since I spoke to you. Okay, perfect. That's great. You can see the paper. I'll grab the overhead light and then we'll get creating. So if no one has heard of the Japanese art of Kintsugi, it is the art of when something breaks, you put it back together with gold foil and make it pretty. Oh yes, Ida's album is beautiful. Hello Beryl. And I needed that this morning because I broke a plate as I was unpacking the old dishwasher. I broke a plate, but that's okay. It wasn't worth putting together, but they do it for vases and cups, and they're just stunning. So those types of vessels have gold veining through it, which is lovely. So this is pattern one. So you've got gold foil on one side and then a pattern on the other. Well, it's okay. I'm getting a funny shadow, but I just worked out what it was. So you've got these waves, which are kind of synonymous with traditional Japanese art. And why do I know so much about this? Two of my best friends are Japanese teachers at a high school. So I've learned a lot and seen a lot over the years. So this is all the patterns and colours kind of mashed together, and that is what one of the vessels could look like. So you have this really pretty flower design on the back. Then we have this one. So we have the flowers underneath, and then the offset gold over the top, and just lovely free range like chrysanthemums and greenery on the back. Now this is a piece I will definitely want to use. Now this does come with a stamp set and die that matches it. I haven't got these, but these pieces can definitely be hand cut out, and that's what I plan on doing today. So you get 2 sheets of that, and then we've got this really nice soft design in cloud cover on the back. So we've got a vine pattern, and then really subtle tone on tone designs, which I like. And then we've got that white on gold veining from the front, and here we have it with misty moonlight and gold. And then we've got, I'm pretty sure this is petal pink. I'll go through the colors with you in a second. So that's what we've got there. So the colors in this pack: basic beige, cloud cover, lost lagoon, misty moonlight, old olive, petal pink, and of course gold. Hey Anne, how are you? Okay, so what I wanted was definitely this piece. Okay, and I'm definitely looking for a more subtle piece. Now, not all of these pieces are Kintsugi. There are a couple. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them that aren't, and the other ones are just gold printed. So it's going to be up to you which ones you want to use. Okay, so I want to use that. And then what I was thinking was popping this on a subtle back, but I've got to decide which subtle I would like. I'm actually thinking I might like this one, because I really do love the waves, and I think the combination of both together, everything will work on this. Now, I'm thinking of making it a shape, but what shape, I'm not sure. So I'm going to grab these 2 out for the moment and kind of see where we go. There is also an embossing folder that is a lot like this that is available, but for now I have just got the paper, and I think there is lots I can do with the paper. Okay, so I want to work out the height of this first and foremost. I just wanted the tallest vase. I want to work out the height, and I kind of want to go from there. So that is 7.5. So if I went 8.5, and then 2 of them side by side is 8. So I said, sorry, I'm calculating in my brain what I might like to do. So 8.5 is nice, and then I think I'll go from there. It's okay, because it doesn't matter if these pieces go off the side. Hey Charlotte, thanks for joining me. I'm glad you got to watch as well. No, Charlotte, the dishwasher was delivered early. So that has been a lovely thing for my plans for the day. Okay, so I'm going 8.5. So that is 2 centimeters. 8.5. Okay, so that is going to be standing up like this. Okay, hypothesizing in my head. So if I did a square, that might just work. 8.5 by 8.5. Okay. But I'm also planning, because I'm making this in my team meeting as well. Oh, hey Bev, how are you? Okay, so I've got that piece, and I am going to cut my 2 pieces that I would like to use. So I'm thinking I may like to use this one up here and a basic beige, but I think I'll use this one at the bottom. So, or do I use a basic beige big one and then a Lost Lagoon? It doesn't really matter. Shaz, I haven't asked you that in a very long time because you tell me. It's okay. Are you yet to slumber, or have you woken up? I think I know the answer, but I thought I'd ask anyway. Okay, I always rough cut these pieces out because it is just so much easier. Now, I am personally going to sacrifice these chrysanthemums because I really don't need them. Okay. Perfect. Okay, I have those 2 out. So we are going to, oh, that's good to hear. Being on top of pain definitely helps the healing process. Now, the nice thing about this is we have this beautiful halo of colour already around the vase. So I normally leave a halo of white, but that is not my plan today. I plan on cutting this just inside the edge. And let's see how I go. Sorry, concentrating. I don't think I can actually do this and not concentrate at the same time. There is just a tinsiest white edge there. So just moving the paper as I hand cut. And for once in my life, I didn't even look at other people's projects. So I do have a little bit of micro trimming to do because I can see a couple of white sections which stand out really badly on here, which is kind of not what I want. Okay, and I was a bit haphazard around here as well. And just tinsiest bit there. Okay, So we can see how that pops beautifully on there, and we are still seeing that gorgeous wave pattern. Oh, wow. I'm shocked, Shaz. Absolutely shocked. Well, what a better way to start the day than hanging out with some friends. Now, I think I did the same again there and just missed a little bit, but that's okay. Okay. And I can see just a little bit on this one. So these I think will definitely go on dimensionals. This is just a little harder to fussy cut, being that it is basic beige. It's just a little bit lighter against the white, and then I'm getting the flaring of the foil. We're just having a right old time here. Now I am going to need to find a sentiment. Now I'm assuming everyone is going to say hail and gold emboss. Am I right? Okay. I think I kind of stuffed that a little bit. But that's okay. No one knows what the edge is except for us. That's a bit of a bodgy edge up here, a little bit too sharp. So I shall just round this a little bit, and I just have the tinsiest bit of white just in there. Good, great, lovely. They're so pretty together, aren't they? They've got the nice vase and the bowl, because that is, if you use that by itself, it could be a little teacup, but when you use them together spatially, or they don't work as a cup and a vase. Definitely a bowl and a vase. No, I don't have the dies for this set. I've only got the paper. So we're going old school. No, I prioritised getting the two-tone paper from the current annual catalogue. Yeah, I didn't get a lot of stamp sets out of the annual catalogue. Yeah, that's just where I'm at the moment, Leslie. I just wanted to, and now I've got to actually use that two-tone cardstock, but that's okay. We shall get there, and you never know, a piece might come out today. But I will say my two-tone cardstock is under a pile of things, which is not ideal. I'm just looking, because this is a wonderful place for a sentiment. Now, whether I put that sentiment on something or not is another thing. So, don't know. Time to celebrate is kind of, I do really like this sentiment. And obviously it would not go on it, but do we like it hanging off? And I'm kind of thinking as well, maybe having another piece of paper in a circle, like I kind of want to use a circle on this, like having it popping out from the corner or something like that. As you can see, I really am on the fly today. There, that without the sentiment is what I'd thought about, and that was it. So I did a paper share, Charlotte. Hold on 1 second. So I did, while I'm working this out, I'll look at dies. I didn't buy the multi-packs, I bought all of the single packs of two-tone cardstock, and I did a paper share. So, hanging off looks good, thank you, Anne. So basically, a number of ladies and I shared the 12 sheets. So some ladies got 2 sheets and some ladies got 3 sheets. And then I ended up with 3 sheets myself. So I haven't got a full pack of 12, but I do have all of the colours. We didn't do Willow White. That was kind of the only thing we didn't do. Bye, love.
I'll be back.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Lav's going to get David from the train station. I had already scheduled to go live before David said what time he was getting in. So he's had meetings today, or a meeting. Now, this may work because we've got the Kintsugi and we've got the waves in the background. Do we use the wonky rounded all circles? Because I think they'll look fabulous. So that's these ones. And I do know what they're called now, but I still do like to call them wonky. Okay, I'm having a look through my embossing folders to see if there's anything that may just work. I don't know if this one will or not. Or, okay, I've got a couple of options because I don't want to use designer series paper as the background, but I would love some texture. So I've got, no, those flowers aren't going to work, but this one might just. Oh, now this one is talking to me. So these are the mini embossing folders and they come in a 2-pack. So these are called Glass and Gardens embossing folders. So you get that floral and you get like this glass. Ooh, so do I use the corrugated or do I use the glass? I will let you all tell me your opinions, please. Oh, my dear word. Okay, rightio. I do have a bit of a sore arm at the moment, so lifting up that very heavy box isn't a good idea. Okay, so I knew this was going to happen to that stamp set, but I do kind of want it here. Right, sorry, just getting my little magnet friend here that I actually can't pick up. Glass, corrugated. Come on, can't you girls agree? Because neither of these, I've not used either of them. So it'll be your first time. Ah, yes, that is true, Charlotte. I think that one, yeah, that one's a little too small. This one, then we went, no, that's too big. Okay, put that one back down. They are a bit painful. but that's okay. I'm just waiting for, okay, glass has one. Sorry, Eda. I will play with the corrugated another day. Now, because it's on the floor, it's fine. Because I am going to emboss the card front, I won't be using my mini machine. This does go in the mini machine as long as the paper is inside of the embossing folder and doesn't come out. So yes, you can definitely do that, but for what I'm thinking today and making this a whole background piece, it's not going to work. Okay, pop these away because I can sense disaster happening. Disaster happening, like I said. Luckily, I have another long-handled magnetic grabber right here. Okay, so that can go in there so we don't lose it. Now, paper. Let's see how we go here. And I am kind of thinking one of the really nice, pretty gold papers. I don't know how this will go because we can get lots of different areas when I then make it with my team. How would that work? And I possibly wouldn't want the Misty Moonlight in there because we've used Misty Moonlight on here. Okay, let me keep looking and pondering. Or I could just keep it Misty Moonlight and use the flowers because they'll coordinate, but it's got a white base, and then maybe pick up one of the other colors as the card base. Just let me slide this under this corner and let me see how it looks because I'm getting all kinds of gold flares here. I will keep looking though. And then we've got, okay, I think that is our best fit. Going that monochromatic together. Yeah, that actually works. I like that. Okay, so these and these can go over here so we know what we're doing with those elements. And the good thing is it doesn't matter what piece anyone gets out of this one, they're all going to be the floral. Okay, so put this paper back in. And this is the fun. Every time I look at this paper, a new paper ends up on the top. So it's like, oh, I didn't notice that paper before. Okay, let's cut this at 7.5. And that gives me a little bit of leeway. I like your idea, Charlotte, embossing both, but I think I'm quite happy with my decision. I think because I'm now adding this paper, the corrugated, and like when you look at this like this, the geometric patterns like ground, all the organic patterns, and the less, these are curve shapes where this is quite structured, so it does ground it. don't know if that's better. Just putting my hand behind it. There you go. Okay, let me get out my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine if my brain will kick in, and the plates. Okay, and I'll work out a card front or a card base, and we shall do that as well. I am thinking in my brain about using some gold foil, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure about gold foil for our square piece here. I'll just bring it back on screen. But there is so much gold. So we've got gold in the vase and the bowl, and then we've got gold in this wonky circle layering piece. I'm just wondering how much more gold will be needed. Well, we're left-handing it, which is probably not a great idea at the moment, but I will soldier through. No idea what I've done to my arm, but I can tell you it really is not pleasant. Okay, so I've got this. I'm going to have to look at those colours again. Now I have done up all the colours. Whoops, I'm grabbing way too much out. I'll try again. Okay, so take this out. I am going to have to take out my thin plate for when we emboss, because it is just a normal embossing folder. Okay, so I have done this here Kintsugi cloud cover. Now that will be really, really nice to use cloud cover, because in all of these pieces cloud cover isn't used, but it will tone in with the Misty Moonlight. And my other option I thought of was using basic beige, but I think cloud cover would work beautifully. Let's have a look at this. And this will be my first time using cloud cover. So let's lay everything on top here. I'm still guarding this with my life because I don't want to lose it. So like that. That works really, really lovely. I like that. Let me see on the screen, because screen always gives you a different perspective, I feel. Yes, 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 yes. But now I feel I definitely need something around this. And I'm thinking gold, some of our gold foil will work perfectly. Now, a little hesitant with my gold foil because I know exactly where it is. I have to move around 10 things to get there. But I feel for this card, it really is perfect and needed. Okay, score. And cut 14.8. And the titch, which is half. There we go. Put that in for future Ellen. Now, I'm just going to lay everything out again before I make any further commitments, because on the card base, it just may look rotten and, well, not rotten, it just spatially may not work what we've done so far. Okay, oh wow, that is a little large. So if I make it, okay, making a landscape card may work, but size-wise, see, I really, maybe I just want the gold embossed. I am going to try and emboss this. I think we're looking okay for a landscape card. Definitely not portrait like I pictured, but that's okay. So I am thinking the bottom is going to be where this is. So I definitely want to emboss the bottom section of this card. So I will be putting it through, not together, but just space saving at the moment. Okay, around the other way, helpful. Okay, so I've got to get this lined up. I've almost got it lined up. Okay, so what I want to do is just bring that up a little bit. So I've got to put the whole card in, pop my plate on, and we pray. Now, I normally don't like doing my embossing folders sideways, but this is the only way we can get what we want. Oh, that is gorgeous. Oh, I really like that. Wonderful. Great. The other plate I'm going to slide in here so I know where it's at and one doesn't lose it. Oh, thank you, Charlotte. I'm glad you have ended up liking it. Okay, just now that is not straight. That's disappointing. It must have jumped, or I'm poor at lining up, but that's okay. Okay, stamp. Let's, oh no, right. Let's lie this back down. So we can kind of line this up however we want, and that's what the girls will do on the weekend. They'll definitely be doing things the way they want. And then I can put maybe some gold embellishments. So that actually looks great. Now, what colour for do I bring in the cloud cover to the front and gold emboss on cloud cover? That sounds like it might be a reasonable idea. Because I actually really like this layout. Sorry, I've moved my whole glass mat here. Thinking cloud cover once again is our neutral colour, but it tones in with the two Nida navies. Okay, so we're going to need a larger piece, and of course, because I'm me, that Time to Celebrate doesn't have any coordinating dies, so it is going to be hand cut. But that's okay. So let me just cut out a piece here. because you don't need the whole piece. Yep, perfect. That can go back up there so it doesn't get squished everywhere. No one wants to see the state of anything out of screen at the moment. Actually, I do just want to... So I find picking up stamps off a glass mat, because the photopolymer stamp wants to cling, putting it on a glass mat often isn't great. So I was just trying to make sure that time too was actually straight. So if I put it on a piece of paper and let it relax, it will go into the correct positioning. So let's get out everything I need to emboss with. So I need my Versamark ink. I do need to get my gold embossing powder. Now I do have some really old gold embossing powder that came up to me first, so let's just go with that. Okay, and I have my embossing additions kit, and let me just get behind you all here and grab out my heat tool. Okay, great, wonderful, all good. Oh, no problems, Anne. I can guarantee I will still be here. Okay, so the embossing additions kit comes with this, a brush, tweezers. I find with my hands I don't have the strength to squeeze them. You do also want, that's a scrap piece of paper, just one scrap piece of paper for my powder, and we have the most important tool of the whole embossing additions kit, and that is the embossing buddy. So because I have handled this piece of paper, it has my oils on it. So just by popping that powder on, it absorbs the oils, because we don't want the embossing powder sticking where we don't want it to. Now that is definitely a sticky ink pad. Now let's transfer these words. Pop that down. I can see that that has stamped beautifully. I do want to put that lid on because we don't need any embossing powder going where we don't want it. Okay, now let's hope this embossing powder is still okay. I do have another one there, but so I am quite generous, and I'll just let that sit there. I do try and put as much as I can into the bowl. I do have a little bit that is sticking where I don't want it to. So what I'm going to do is just tap it. Now that did not work. So I do have my brush, and I'm just going to very carefully brush those pieces off. So just leave that there. I am going to decant this into here, and I find that the easiest way. You can use the actual container, but I just find that very cumbersome, and I just prefer to use a piece of copy paper. So I've just had David and Lavender walk through the door. Okay, now these are my reverse tweezers that I find work a little bit better for me because I can squeeze them better. So just going to put my heat tool onto full. Now that has already heated up, so I'm just going to just go back and forth on this, and we will very shortly see this change. It's just got to heat it up. Being a colder day is not terribly helpful, but there we go. That there is a little bit. I'm just looking to see if there are any dull parts that just need a little extra heat. That looks fantastic. And that is now done. I'm going to leave that just to cool down for a second because I don't want to put my finger on it and move any of the not cooled and solidified embossing powder. So let's grab this, and I have a bug around me. How charming. Okay, so I've got my scissors back, and I am just going to do some wiggle waggles. Just let me get off some of this weight. That's better. It's just getting a little hard to be delicate. Just turn this and just turn this. So this is the perfect gold addition onto the card. So I'm not going to be using that foil, but foil would look, our gold foil would look amazing. But I'm doing something I don't do very often in our videos, which is heat emboss. People suggest it all the time, but I never do it, and I don't know why. Maybe because I think it's all these extra steps, but it just looks amazing. So I couldn't turn my scissors there because of all that paper. Okay. And turn. Wonderful. And we are almost there. So this, in the whole scheme of things, this is quite easy fussy cutting. So I do want to I want to take that off, and then I want to try and just get that curved edge, which I did. Hooray. I think we're up to assembling now and seeing if we want any extra embellishments. That can just go in there for the moment with the ink. Oh, what I do need to do, so because I've done hand cutting and there are a few funny edges. Okay, so great. Okay, let's do our final layout. I just want to make sure this colouring works. Now I could have used white, but then we've got the white base in that paper. I think that works. Are you loving it? I love heat embossing. It's just, I think I talk myself out of it like all the time. And I love it. It's a beautiful addition to this. Yes, colouring works perfectly. Now, this one I am actually considering putting on dimensionals. I want this one flat, but this one I'm thinking of dimensionals. Let's see, but this geometric glass pattern I think works really, really nicely. Please excuse the loud people in the background. Just David and Joy chatting. Okay, so that can go there. I am going to just pop, whoa, some money. I just need to pop a block on there just so it adheres nicely onto the embossing. And grab some of these. I'm almost out, but lucky I always have more around. So I haven't felt like I needed to use anything that was matching for this project. I have managed to grab in some other products that look equally as good if you can't get everything and just want the gorgeous paper. So I've grabbed in that sentiment, I've grabbed in the other embossing folder, and we hand cut what we needed. Okay, so hopefully that is enough structure for our piece. So it is now nicely adhered. Now there is going to be, for me, a right and a wrong way with our waves. So I can't remember which way we kind of did this, but we will find out. No, I moved my little bin. I just went to use it and it had gone away. I had to move it on the weekend. So our waves definitely go this way. So that's even nicer because we do get to see a little bit more top and bottom. Where are you guys off to? Pardon? Oh, the pool. Okay, I think that's right. It's a bit hard because embossing, as I said earlier, is no, that's straight. Because the embossing is a little askew, so it's not quite what I needed. So I'm going to have that on, but the second half of it raised. This may be flat and this one dimensional. And I just need to bring that down a bit. I'm liking it. It's working for me. I was a bit, you know, you always have that moment of doubt, but I think we're all good. Looking for the dimensionals that are right in front of my face. So one here and one here, and probably just two on the end here. Just one there, and then I'll put them pretty close to each other. Okay, so a bit more glue. Now you can use whatever your favorite glue is. Mine just happens to be our Tombow glue, because I do like having a little bit of wiggle room. Oh no, I just saw a few bits of white that I didn't trim off, but I shall have to live with those. I'm sure no one else can see them except for me. Yeah, it just really does, and it is a design point, Charlotte, that by putting the sentiment over both of the papers, it does join them together and just makes it look like it's meant to be. Okay, and our bowl just there. Okay, take these off. Pop on a couple of dots of glue. That one can go back. My glue is right here. So, okay. And I think right there. So it really does cement everything together. Okay, let's see what we can look at here. So it's only taken us an hour. Now I'm going to need true gold embellishments. Now these are gold. So these are the low profile dots, and I think these are an online exclusive. So you can find them on the online store. They won't be in a catalogue. I think these faceted ones are a bit too in your face. I think these ones being round and smooth just go better. I don't know if that explanation makes any sense about being round and smooth rather than being jutting. No, I'm not going to use cloud cover ones. I think the round and smooth and not foiled or anything like that is the way I am going to go. No, those ones are a little large because these are low profile as well. And what they mean by low profile is the actual embellishment isn't very high. So it just kind of settles into the card quite nicely. Okay, so let's I'm just going, what I'm doing here is I am just once again bridging all of these three designs together with an embellishment. Okay, sometimes these embellishments don't want to come off. So rather than splitting it, I just put it over my finger. Bless you. Someone sneezed. I didn't even hear who it was. So that one's wanting to move, but may I say not really. Okay. So, are you okay? Just sneezing. Just sneezing? I'm still on my video. Okay. So, sneezing, coughing, jeez. And probably just on there. And then I'll just put two up here. just one up here and then just another one on that same angle. Ah, yeah, the low profile dots are lovely, aren't they, Charlotte? Okay, now that I've got it moving, no, they really, I think I've also got goo on the end of this. I need to clean it. Oh, it's really being a pain in the behind. There we go. It's now upside down so I can tell it exactly who's boss. Okay. So this concludes our card. I have got stuff everywhere. So we used the Kintsugi Designer Series paper. I also used the glass, and what was the other name it was? I've got the packaging, so I know. The Glass and Gardens embossing folder, so I used the glass one. We used the beautiful butterflies stamp set, the Time to Celebrate. We used the gold embossing powder and the embossing additions kit. I did some hand cutting, and we used the low profile dots. So I hope you like that card. We could have added in a little gold mat around here, but there's gold on every other layer, so it's nice to have the background and the background for our hand cutting, just not having the gold. So there you go. Just trying to get all that gold, if you can see it from my lights. Thank you, Bev. Thank you. Hopefully the girls at my team meeting that are not watching this video actually like it as well. So they'll have fun doing some hand cutting and some embossing. I'll be nice and have all these ones pre-cut for them because there is a bit to do on this card. So yay, I've got one project ready. I've shared it with you guys. Thank you for giving me a little bit of grace for being late, so my dishwasher could be installed. And I look forward to seeing you guys on Thursday. I'll be over on YouTube. If you want any of these products, they are all available on my online store. If you have any questions, please just reach out. That's what I'm here for, to help you out. So thank you, and I shall catch you on Thursday. Bye.